In this video, we're going to go over part 2 of Michael Jackson's Lady of My Life. We're going to go over the verse, my goodness, the verse part. And if you watch until the end, I will give you guys a special surprise, or I will reveal to you a special surprise that will help you continue your beginner piano journey. Even if you're a complete beginner and don't know the first thing about the piano, don't worry, I got you in this video. If you have not seen part 1, I will provide a link to that in the description box. You can go back to the beginning if you need to. But in the meantime, we're going to do the part. The thing about me, if you guys know me by now, I'm not very good with remembering lyrics. I just know the chords and the melody. So let me see. There'll be no darkness tonight. Da, 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 da. And then when he goes back to the beginning, it's just the same exact chords. Ba, 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 so the only thing I'm going to show you is like the first half, because the second half is just literally the same chords, even though the lyrics are different. So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to do the right hand, the left hand, and then we'll do both hands together. I always tell my students, especially beginners, if you are going through my tutorials like this, it's always best to break it up. So, as you're going through these weekly tutorials, make sure that you practice the right hand for a couple of days, and then you can come back to this video, learn the left hand, practice the left hand really well, and then come back to the video again. And once you've gotten the right and left hand separately really well, it will make it a lot easier to play both hands together. So I will show you all three in this video. So here, if you are a complete beginner, a couple of things you do need to know. First thing is, in piano, fingers have numbers. The thumb is number 1, and then it goes 2, 3, 4, 5. And then same with the left hand, thumb is number 1, and then it goes 2, 3, 4, 5. So you will hear me talk about numbers as far as finger number references. The other thing you need to know is naming the white keys. C is the white key to the left of the 2 black keys. And just like the alphabet goes D, E, F, G. And then after G it's A, and then B, and then the next C, and then the cycle starts over. So the piano is just the same 7 white keys that repeat themselves in higher or lower tone. We will be having some black keys show up. I will bring them to your attention when they do. So here, what we're going to do, we're going to start with the right hand. So the right hand is going to start up here. So middle C is the C that is closest to the center of the piano, right? So where we will start in reference to middle C will be starting at G with the right hand, which is the first G above middle C, so that puts us here. The thumb for the right hand is going to start with G. The third finger is going to be at this C up here, and then the pinky is going to go to E. So we have C, E, and G, and we will play them all at the same time as a chord. The next chord that you're going to have to play is going to walk down, where we're going to have our thumb. This might feel a little bit weird, and I will give you another fingering option if you need it. The thumb is going to go to what is called G flat, which is the black key that is, when you see these 3 black keys, G flat is the one farthest to the left. We're going to use our thumb for G flat. Our 2 finger will play A, and our pinky will play D. And don't be afraid to use this space here, because with the thumb, sometimes it's difficult to reach the black key. And what some students will do is they'll do this. You don't have to do this. You can just go like this, right? So you have thumb on G flat, 2 finger on A, and pinky on D, and you get this chord. So, right? Another fingering that you can do if you don't like this one is you can take your 2 finger, so you may have to stretch a little bit. Your 2 finger can play G flat, and your 3rd finger can play A while your pinky plays D. Right? So G flat, A, and D. So where we were before is G, C, and E. Then we have G flat, A, and D. The next chord you're going to have to play is going to come down to our thumb at E. Our two fingers are going to go to G, and our pinky is going to go to C at the top. And then there's really two more chords you have to think about. It's going to be, the next chord is going to be the thumb will be on D. The third finger will be on G. And then the pinky will be on B. And then all you're doing is where you are, you're just going to slide each finger over by one key. And that brings you to thumb on C, middle C. The third finger is going to play F, and the pinky is going to play A. Another thing that you can do as a complete beginner is you can always break this up. So what I mean by that is you may want to practice maybe 2 or 3 chords at a time. So you may want to practice the G, C, E chord. And then practice the G flat, A, and D chord. And then the E, G, C chord. And just practice those 3 chords, a few times. And just go through those 3 chords maybe 3 or 4 times, and then you can move on to adding the other 2 chords that I just showed you, where you have thumb on D, third finger on G, and fifth finger on B. And then you're going to go down to thumb on C, third finger for F, and then pinky for A. And then all you're going to do is just go back up 1 key over, so back to the D, G, and B chord with the same 3 fingers. And then you're just going to go back down to the C, F, A chord with the same 3 fingers. C, F, A. So what you have is this. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. So you see why I broke this song up into multiple parts, because there's a lot that's going on with this song. So you want to practice the right hand for a little bit and come back to the left hand, which I'm about to show you right now. Before I get into the left hand, I do want to bring to your attention that I do have a free Piano in 3 Steps video for complete beginners if you're trying to get into the door of learning piano. That 3-step video will cover everything for beginners in terms of naming the keys all the way up to being able to play both hands together with chords. So if you want that video, make sure that you sign up for it. The link is in the description box. It's free, so make sure you grab that before you leave this tutorial. Now, with this particular left hand, the left hand luckily has a much easier job than the right hand. So the left hand only has to play 3 notes. As a matter of fact, the A that you're going to play, again, this is middle C right here, so you're going to just use your thumb to play A, that's just below middle C, and you're going to just play that A 3 times. And then you're going to go down to your 4th finger, this guy, to play E. And then you're going to go to pinky at D. So A 3 times. And then E with the 4th finger. D with the 5th finger. And then just those 2 notes again. So E, D, 4, 5. Right? So the whole thing is just again, if you need to practice that for a little bit, it may be, you know, pretty straightforward for you. But here's how you're going to play them both together. So the good news is the left and right hand are going to play in lockstep, meaning they will come in at the same time and they will move at the same time. So there's not any weird thing where the left hand's doing some other rhythm and the right hand's doing its own thing. They will come in at the same time. It's super, super straightforward. So what's going to happen is, as the right hand is going to play that first chord, the G, C, E chord, right? The left hand is going to play A the first time, and it'll come in together. Right? Right. And so then, when the right hand moves to the G flat, A, and D chord, the left hand is going to play A again for the second time, and they'll come in together. So I'm assuming by the time you get to this part, you've done the right hand pretty well, you've done the left hand pretty well, so I wouldn't have to go back and, you know, basically do a tutorial for the right hand. I'm assuming you've gotten it down by now. Now the right hand is going to move to that next chord where it's going to have E, G, and C, and the left hand is going to play A the third time and together with the right hand. So you have this. Ba, 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 ba. Right? And then for the next part, so again, if you have to practice that, just that part, just those three chords together, you can always practice that, do it a few times, and then move on to the next part. So now, the next part is going to have that thumb for the right hand on D, third finger for G, and then pinky for B. The left hand is going to play the E at the same time the right hand plays the D, G, B chord. Ba, 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 right? Ba, 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 ba. So that next chord, the right hand's going to do that slide down where the thumb's going to go to C, third finger for F, and pinky for A. The left hand's going to play fifth finger on D. Right? And then it's going to just do those two chords again. So we're going to go step back up where the left hand fourth finger is going to go to E, the right hand is going to go to D, G, and B. And then they're going to both go down again together. So pinky for left hand on D, right hand C, F, and A. Right? So that whole part is going to sound like this. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. And then the part where he says, just put your trust in my heart, is literally the exact same chord progression. Just put your trust in my heart. And then ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 girl. So that's how it's going to sound once you put it all together. I did say I was going to give you guys a surprise video. So as you're working on this, if you want to do another cool R&B song, I have a video series for the famous Alicia Keys, If I Ain't Got You. I think it's 4 parts. I'm going to provide that link in the top right corner of this video if you want to work on another song alongside this one. And if this video was helpful, do a couple of things. Number one, not only subscribe, but also turn on the notification bell, because just because you subscribe does not mean that you will get an alert whenever I release these weekly videos. You have to turn on the notification bell. When you do that, when I release my video, which in this case will be part 3 next week, I'm going to make sure, well, depending on when you see this video, you may have seen this video when part 3 has already been released or whatever. So whatever the next video is that I post, whenever I post it, it's going to be each week. You will get a notification on your phone whenever I release that video. And then that's, again, if you turn on the notification bell. If you like the video, press the like button. It helps YouTube, or it tells YouTube to push this video to more people. And make sure that you share with other people that you might find, or that you think might find helpful, relatives, friends, etc. And if you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments section, and I will be sure to answer for you. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture. Take care.